Your way, your way, your way. Did you expect to be getting a game 3 here in this series, particularly after how fantastic our first two have been?
Well,
This is an exciting one. It's hard to call.
I'd say after the first game, I kind of expected slash anticipated a third game, but coming into today, of course, I was not expecting SBTC to put up such a huge fight. Now, I feel like the last game was definitely a lot of draft div as well, so not quite sure if SBTC is really on the same level as Luxury, and this game is probably the time for them to show that they are actually competitive with one of the better teams, or expected to be better teams, on a more even draft. Yeah. So let's see what SBTC can do. The Veiga, once again, very high priority, and now the Vex coming in. I always like to see Vex. We haven't actually seen that much Vex, considering she's a new champion, so it's not quite the Zeri level of new champion dominating everything. So I think Vex has actually landed in the game as just a normal pick now.
Yeah, well, I mean, Vex came out during the off season, so her one obligatory patch of completely disgusting OP-ness was when there was no games on. So we didn't get much of it. As Coded and Enpa have a bit of a trade back and forth early on. I'm happy to see Coded going to the Jax as a champion he's famous for, your way.
Yeah, the easiest prediction of all time. You see Camille on one side and Coated still having the Jax available on the other. That's going to be a Jax 100% of the time. He is an insanely good Jax player. His laning phase is strong. His team fighting is great. I think he is especially good in the laning phase. He actually got solo kills against Prime Kiaya, for example, when Kiaya was playing into him a few splits ago. So, really scared of the Jax, and the top lane can run away with the game. He is facing an Ignite Emperor Camille, so usually you'd look at the summoners and say, okay, this Jax can't really go for too many kills, because, yeah, he just doesn't have the same amount of damage from his summoner spells. Okay, Palette.
Oh, H3 in a lot of trouble as he dives into the water, flashing forward. Oh my god, so many flashes being used. But it's SE winning out on everything. Celebrity hasn't pressed a summoner spell. Up on the top side, SE are still winning. Oh, never mind, Coded has to get away, but does use his flash.
SBTC winning everywhere. That's a flash from Coated now. Emperor really with a huge advantage in the game, in the lane. Also with a nice position of, oh, Killer Queen. He wants the table scraps.
In comes the horse, and they get a kill.
Kill goes over to Shine. Killer Queen is fuming. He even used the summoner spell to get this kill, and Shine just stealing it away. But in the end, this equalizes some of the early advantage. Yeah, it's just Palette with a good flay, and not much else to say. I mean, that was very ambitious from Shine to think he had the damage to kill the 250 HP. Yeah, close, but I don't think actually close enough to flash for it. But in the end, he gets a kill anyway. Now the bot lane matchup is super volatile. No one has flashes. Whoever gets a good engage is just gonna get the kill there. And we already saw that these two tanky supports are not tanky enough to actually withstand a full engage. So I'm excited for the next few minutes in the bot lane. There should be a huge amount of opportunities from either side, really, because Thresh can engage, but he's also very squishy himself, so if he gets engaged on, if he doesn't sidestep the dive from H3, then he can die as well. Speaking of dying, Coated has no flash.
Coated? That was incredibly bold. He needs to show a little bit more respect to this Camille, I think. He's got his Counter-Strike up now, so I don't think any hookshot engages are going to come in, but just offered himself up for a lot of damage.
Quite surprised Emperor didn't press forward, but I guess the minion wave was quite dangerous and very big. So if Emperor... And also Killer Queen actually on the top side, didn't look at the map for a second, but Killer Queen is here to cover Coated's push. Very nicely done. Killer Queen also stealing away one camp, so he's just farming away one assist to his name already, but Luxury struggling in the early game, like in game 2. They're not supposed to do that. Luxury is supposed to be one of the best early game teams in the league, so they've really lost some steam in the last week.
Encoded with no teleport, this is going to be a very good wave position for Enpa. And we've got Spot paying a visit to the bottom side, forcing the Luxury bot lane right back. It's a tower plate to an Aphelios.
Sorry, I had to check something really quick. My apologies. Spot on using the bot pressure to translate that into an early dragon lead. And that's 5-minute dragon, or 6-minute dragon, I guess. Which means this dragon is not going to interfere with the rotation towards Rifthold at all. So it's basically a free dragon. You don't have to trade anything on the other side. Opening up a real big early game lead, but Lasers is here.
There's a flash, there's a baby cage. He is level 6. Can he actually get the primordial burst? Yes, he can, but the shadow surge and the darkness comes forward. We have a little bit of a freeze, but this already looks like it's going very well for SE.
Spot against Killer Queen.
Did someone die?
Oh, Palette!
Okay.
Nice.
Did I die? What happened? Hello?
I'm still seeing the game. I think the output is still there as well, so it's probably your side. But what a good collapse from SBTC. Overzealous from Blazes. He saw his opportunity, and yes, he had the burst to kill Celebrity, but it's not enough. When the enemy mid laner can join this quickly, you can't really overextend that heavily into the enemy, into the river. Now it's a 5-2 kill lead, a 2k gold lead for SBTC, and I have to ask the question, what is happening to Luxury today?
It's a good question. Let's see how this one starts out. It starts off with Blazers. And I missed the back half of this fight because apparently all of Australia just went offline.
Oh no. But yeah, 2T, he just gets the free way into the back line. Doesn't get the kill because Palette steals away a little bit dirty there. And 2T not focusing on H3. Almost cost Palette his life. Apologies for that. And Palette playing a really good Thresh game. 2T gets another one. It's a 2-0 lead for 2T on that side. On the other side, Spot was even able to kill Killer Queen, chase him down for an additional kill. It's control everywhere. The only lane not hugely ahead right now is the top lane, as we have another engage in the bot lane. Celebrity's looking for the pink gun.
Does well at first. We are having some internet issues. Both Australians currently DCing intermittently, so not sure what's going on there because we don't live together anymore. We are in very different places. We'll have to work through it, but if I'm not talking your way, you're going to have to cover for me.
Okay. Well, I'm not sure what's going on, but at least the stream should be fine. Please tell me if it's not, but I think it is. Okay
I think it's
right
on
now.
I think it's on Australia's end.
That makes more sense. So we have the Rifthold coming up, and I talked about the Rifthold being relatively free to contest for SBTC, even though they got the first dragon. So that's the perfect situation. They're also very far ahead right now in items and levels and everything. So this should really be their objective, and this should also be a free coated kill.
It definitely should be. Gets the boot. What? Where's the Q?
Yeah.
Did it hit a minion?
I'm not entirely sure. I also think you don't ever kick him away when he has flash available. That's such an easy opportunity to just extend the range of the kick to flash away. So not the greatest decision there by Spot. Should still result in an objective, but we see the Vigors moving. He's fast. Can he do anything?
Very quick. He's up there. I think he's just going to try and catch the farm here, prevent tower plates being taken. But that's just a ridiculous mistake there by Spot. That's just not good. Oh, but you know what's an even bigger mistake? Getting hit by a hook.
Wow, they're getting wrecked in this bot lane.
Oh, both of them are dead too.
Yep, they are. And they gave this bot lane for free. It was so easy to see. And the analysts talked about the Thresh ban, and I've no idea whether... Okay, hello, Killer Queen.
Yeah, he comes, does it well. Celebrity uses the cleanse, but can't do enough, and the horse will pick up a kill.
Oh, Celebrity's flash was not good. He needed to flash a different direction. He actually flashed to exactly the spot where the ultimate was going to come into. But yeah, this was a last pick Thresh. And this is unheard of. A last pick Thresh does not exist in League right now. You will never get last pick Thresh. So there was some plan to give up the Thresh Aphelios lane. We really have to watch this flash again, I guess. Yikes. Oh. Yeah, not the greatest. In the end, he walks away with 2 kills. He can definitely laugh about his own mistake there.
He's in a lot of trouble. There's a Lee Sin Q on him. That time Spot doesn't screw it up.
Man, they're getting wrecked. SBTC getting better and better every single game. They're scaling through VCS, and if the scaling is going on this pace, I think Gum needs to be scared next week. don't even know if they play each other, but SBTC looking
I'm not sure.
so strong
they
today.
Need to keep in mind because Coded's is in a lot of trouble as well. Does pop that Grandmaster's Might, so libs for now, but Enper's dominating this matchup.
Yeah, that's very surprising. To be fair, there's been quite a bit of jungle attention onto Coded blowing his flash early. Yeah, and that's just Vex getting the jump on Blazes. Blazes' cage will not persist forever, and so Spots just calmly looks at him, waits out the cage duration, gets the easy kill execution set up by 2T, another player we have to talk about because he didn't really get much playtime behind Kati on Gum, which was to be expected, right? We had some fans actually bringing up 2T's name and talking about him, but in the end he only played one series, I believe. But now on the new team he's the starter and he's given time to actually show his performance, and I have to say I'm very impressed with this mid laner. Usually new mid laners in the VCS don't land. Mid lane a very weak position in general in our league, but 2T, I think he's definitely helping the average mid lane performance.
I completely agree. He's looking great, and now this beleaguered bot lane from Luxury are in even more trouble as Spots arrive. There's a queue into a queue. Ooh, they do miss the Aphelios ult, and Spots quite far behind, but it doesn't really matter as they've already picked up one. They'll add a catfish to the collection. Celebrity, can he get away from this Vega? All the Primordial Burst will just about be enough. Now Blazers has to play it well as the rest of the team is arriving, including the Vex, who'll get the first kill. Now has the reset, but Shadow just about misses. And Killer Queen at the moment looks like he's just running around as the corpse man picking up his team's bodies.
And every single play around the bot lane is a losing play for Luxury. Yes, they're trying to save their bot lane. Yes, they're trying to bail them out of the hole they dug themselves with this 2v2 and in draft already, but it's just not working. Every time you try to commit another member, the enemy team can react, and we see very good reaction from SBTC. The enemy mid laner, who's the only strong point, had to invest his flash, which makes him vulnerable, then he dies instantly, and this is just a 2v2 at the start. They already die super fast. Like, Spot wasn't even in range to deal damage, and the enemy ADC is already dead. And then Blazes has to commit everything to even get just one kill, which is a traded kill, because he then, of course, has overextended dice as well. Killer Queen is completely useless on this champion. Yeah, what can you say? It's just SBTC dominance on the bot side of the map, and their bot lane especially showing up huge.
For sure, Celebrity is looking fantastic and Palette is looking revitalized. We have to put away the dishwasher memes of this man. And hey, TSM, you're having troubles. Maybe you should reopen your interest.
Actually, troubles in the support position, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, you can get another player that doesn't speak English.
Good meme, Carrix. Good meme. But yeah, look at the scoreboard right now. I can't believe my eyes. Like, I checked stats, and yeah, stats are always, we are early in the season, stats are always a little bit facetious, but look at this gold lead for SBTC. It's a 6k gold lead almost at 14 minutes, and this will grow just in a few seconds.
Yeah, Coded has been hooked, he's been taken down, and frankly, this isn't close. SE are just hard dominating.
Yeah, and Luxury, we have seen them sometimes fall apart. Luxury is not the most stable of teams. They're very hit or miss. They're very prone to tilting. We remember in Winter Split when we had some of the members even in our Discord coming out and saying it's total mental boom right now. We can't even play the game. Kind of looks like that again, unfortunately. We want this team to be one of the better teams, but I think they're still a little bit too volatile to really enter the discussion for maybe even title contention. And these are the series they need to get better. And to be fair to them, SBTC is putting in an amazing performance.
Stop bullying them. Spot sees 3, doesn't even care, has a ward to jump to, now has a Hecarim bearing down on him, but with a flash, just gets out of there.
Well, yeah, playing with his food a little bit. Maybe the flash wasn't necessary. But in the end, it's a kill over to Luxury. It's not even the shutdown because it's the one member without the shutdown on them, which is Enper. Enper just cruising in this game, not really playing well. It's a top lane kind of game where the top laners are 0-1 and 0-1 and 1. The rest of the map is falling apart. We need the fighting game. We really need the fighting game to actually have something to do for these top laners. because they are not going to participate in this game in maybe in 20 minutes. But I think by that time, the game is probably over. We have another dragon spawning in 50 seconds. That's already dragon number 3, so the stacking started insanely early in this game. And I can't see a way how Luxury can contest this one, so everything has to be invested for the 4th dragon, I suppose.
I guess, but it's a long, long way to go. They do have 2 strong scalers in the Jax and the Vega, but I mean, if that becomes relevant, then it's a true fumble by SE.
Yeah, they are putting a lot of manpower onto the top side. It's dangerous. They're looking for some sort of pick, but H3 is really not the greatest support to start a fight on the Tahm Kench. Much more defensive than actually being able to initiate like a Leona, like Nautilus. They bent away those champions, so Spot is
They do have
chilling.
a catch, though, onto Spot. A lot of CC is laid in, but look at the damage he does before he dies, which he does do. H3 will go down on the other side. He'll give it over to the Thresh, though. That's a very positive trade there for Luxury.
But think about this. They invested so much, and the SBTC was basically caught off guard, maybe a little bit over-aggressive, and they still were able to just chain 2 or 3 spells together and easily get a counter kill. So the difference in investment for just 1 kill is... You can't even... There's just no way they can get into an even game state again. That's a free dragon picked up, even though you picked the jungler. So the one hope you had picking the jungler is, okay, we can walk to dragon and actually secure this objective, stop the dragon snowball. Nope, you're so far behind in all the lanes and got so much chip damage on you that the enemy ADC can just walk to the dragon and take it for free. The game is in total disarray for Luxury, and once again, I don't really see any ways for them to come back into the game. Everything has to come together for them in 4.5 minutes when the 4th dragon spawns. If they wipe the floor somehow, some internet connection dies for SBTC or something, and they can win
Divine
a team fight.
intervention.
Yeah, they need that divine intervention for sure.
Well, they are going to try and get a catch here, but Celebrity has cleanse. He'll be okay. Spot? They don't know he's there.
And Coded is dead.
And Coded's in a lot of trouble. He does not have access to counter. He burnt his flash as well. Oh, disaster. But they are going to try and turn around onto Spot. This should be a kill picked up for Blazers.
Blazers is trying so hard. He's very angry with the rest of his teammates because he finally got to play this broken champion, at least in our meta here. No one gets to play Veigar. Finally, Blazers are able to first pick it, and he's putting in so much work. Maybe a little bit over-aggressive from time to time, flashing for almost every opportunity, but he is the one shining light, the one hope they have, and Veigar in the late game, he can always come up, cook something up, come up with something incredible.
Coated.
Yeah.
I'm disgusted by that.
That TP sucked.
That is filth, mate. Not good enough.
Yeah, and think about this. If he was actually able to join the fray there, maybe they can start a comeback. They can mount the long way to a more even game state. Now it's just another kill. Traded over for free to Emperor. He even burned his flash after already squandering his other summoner spell there. Code is really not stepping up to the plate today. And Emperor might just be able to kill him again. Because what can you do against him?
Not much. Call in a teleport of his own, call in a Kench as well, but SE has plenty of numbers coming on in 2T.
2T.
He's going in onto Blazers. That's a really big one. He's dodging everything that this Veigar's putting out as well. Not sure if he'll quite get the reset. Blazers has managed to buy a hell of a lot of time. He doesn't, but it doesn't matter because they pick up 2 kills for nothing.
And honestly, every single play for Luxury is a Hail Mary at this point. It's kind of respectable. They're so far behind. They themselves don't see a way back into the game. It looks horrible. Very good reaction from SBTC. This is one of the things you need to be prepared for. If you're this far ahead, you also need to be able to actually put the finishing touches on the game. That looked fancy.
It did, and Celebrity whips forward with the Gale Force and kills himself a horse.
And this is domination everywhere. Luxury is known to, I already said they're known to tilt. They're also known to not hold back anything when they're behind. They're not known to scale up. Their mid games when they're behind are very quick, or their games in general are just over very, very quickly. And I think they're still falling into that trend. You can fault them somewhat for this one, especially with their composition. If you look at the Viger composition, the Hecarim composition, I think you should always be in the mindset of maybe the enemy team overextends, maybe we actually get a way back into the game. We shouldn't throw everything away, but if you look at the play, they are just throwing everything away. And look at 2T here. It's beautiful. He's dancing around the edges. Blazes hasn't even hit him once with any spell. Just perfect execution from 2T there, immediately putting pressure on Blazes with his ultimate, chunking him to half HP, so Blazes has to walk away. He's the strongest member, remember, so he can't impact the fight. And this is just wallet diff. This is not supposed to happen.
It's not. He gale forces the horse here. You'd hate to see it, as he burns him down and then gets a big crit, easy peasy. In the live play, we do see that Emperor has just killed Coded. And your way, without looking, what support is H3 playing? Have you seen him this game?
Good question. Something that's inting.
Yeah, exactly. He's playing Tahm Kench. Have you seen him do anything? He's been invisible.
I mean, unfortunately not for his team. Invisible would be better. Yeah, Invisible would be better than what he did in the laning phase. It all started with a 1-2v2 in the second bush, as we see this very boring top lane 1v1. There's absolutely nothing Coded can do. He even has to fend off against the super minions. They're going to add quite a lot of damage. Question mark? Swiftly.
We all saw it.
We're just going to ignore that one. As Emperor, everyone on SPTC stepping up, and it's an interesting team to follow. Of course, this is just one series. We always have to hold our horses and just think about what's going to mean for the rest of the split. But already looking better than 8 or 9 series. This is why he just had another.
Oh, that's why. It was just a reason.
That's fair. And we see him kill 2 people at the same time because of the play in picture-in-picture. Beautiful. 2T's Vex, looking like Karti's Vex here. So he definitely learned something as the understudy of the Gum mid laner. And honestly, if you look at Gum games so far, maybe 2T was the better choice.
Maybe. As SA will start up this Baron, unsurprising.
By the way, they just got an Infernal Soul.
And they got Infernal Soul as well. Hey, Luxury, you want to save us some time? Type a few magical little letters into chat?
And to be honest, their gameplay has been kind of that. Just...
Yeah, true.
They're not allowed to actually do it with their keyboards, but they are allowed to direct their mouses towards the enemy turrets and just die, so... it's a 12k gold lead, it's a Baron, it's an Infernal Soul at 23 minutes, so I'd say 2T can probably one-shot 2 people at once if he hits a nice ultimate, so that's something I'm looking out for. Vex one-shots are quite cool to see, because we haven't actually seen that much Vex. So let's see, Shine, be careful. The shadow is already looking at you.
It certainly is. As another tower falls, Enper shoving in the mid wave as well. Coded having a little bit of a split down on the bottom side, but he is going to TP in. This should be the last chance saloon here for Luxury. H3 getting chunked out immediately. Coded will be sent to the stables. And now the base will break. They move into this top side. I don't think SE are interested in playing a long game.
And SE still, even though they're this far ahead, they're actually playing very disciplined. So not something you'd expect from this kind of team. They really do not like a team that went 0-2 in the first week and looked horrible. So we all have to adjust our judgment on this team. I think they are quite a different team. And after seeing some performances of the other teams, SPTC, in my opinion, just from today's series, it's an overreaction of course, but still, they actually look like a players team.
Yeah. Playoffs, sure. I don't even disagree. We've seen a few different permutations of the SE team, and I think this 5, I mean, proof is in the pudding. This is the best 5 you've got. If they play these teams, playoffs should be a cakewalk.
Yeah, they have a very solid backup ADC as Celebrity. His role, his best role, or his best look has always been where he was not the main carry of the team, but maybe the main damage dealer, but not the one making stuff happen. He's just there to provide consistent, good AD carry play. strong laning in this case as well, together with his new partner in crime, Palette. Wow, it's Cho'Gath ults left, right, and center from Emperor again.
Oh, Cho'Gath wishes he could do that.
It's true.
It might be meta. As Spot jumps on in once again. H3, another bag of gold given over the enemy team. I know it was just a minion, but it looked on my screen like he was worth 40 gold, which is kind of appropriate, honestly, for how he's been playing. An absolute shocker from the luxury bot lane. Not happy with who they brought in. Not happy with how they've played it. Killer Queen, what are you doing? Okay, Luxury. Around. Luxury, make it a little bit less obvious. I know you want to get out of here just as much as we do. They do pick up a kill, though, but now their Nexus is undefended. Killer Queen will be the one to go down. Ooh. Coated in Blaze is unable to do anything as the Jhin will fall as well. And this is a dominant Game 3 out of SC. We had 2 absolute bangers, and then we had a slaughter.